Hey, how's it going, people of the internet? Welcome back to the channel, Tech with Scott. So glad I could make this video because I've been wanting to make a bunch of, tech deals going on Amazon for you guys to go check out. And with Black Friday right around the corner, I thought this was the most optimal time to start pumping out this sort of content.
Spank my planets.
Because I want to save you guys money and I want to promote technology that's actually beneficial and useful to the end consumer, and also find deals out there that offer great value and maybe things that are discounted very heavily and still are great pieces of tech without sacrificing too much of quality. So without further ado, the point of this video, just hopping right in, is essentially Black Friday Galaxy S23 lineup is on sale. I did own this device for a day. Go check out that video if you haven't seen it already. Great video, in my opinion. I'll show you Amazon, I'll show you the deals going on, and I'll tell you essentially why you should go pick up this device. Just for context, like I said, I used this phone for a day. I got to test out a lot of the features, the camera, the processor, Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, great device overall. Let's hop over to Amazon. I'll just show you what I'm talking about. So I'll share my screen. I feel like I'm in a Zoom call. The biggest one I think you guys should pay attention to, and this is the one that gets the most hype out there, essentially, is the S23 Ultra, right? I had the S23, which is the base model, which was 1080p screen, 6.1-inch display, 120 hertz, can drop down to 48 hertz, variable refresh rate. This one, I believe the Ultra, this is like 6.8-inch display, so it's like way bigger. Huge battery. I think it's over 5,000 milliamp hour battery, 8K video recording, 100 times space zoom, like basically all the specs you can think of. 16 gigabytes of RAM, even an S Pen, 200 megapixel camera, 256 gigs of storage, which is absolutely mind boggling. And you can bump that up to all the way up to 512 gigabytes, but that's going to cost you over $1,000, which is crazy to think. Like, that's the same price as roughly an iPhone 15 Pro. And you're getting all those specs. So that's one of the arguments that Android is better than iPhone, because you get a lot more features for the same amount of money. Just like hopping through the quick photos they have in here, just touch on. So highest camera resolution, 200 megapixels. Obviously that's binning down. The file size would be absolutely enormous if they didn't do that. Steady shot video, 8K video recording. I think this can do 8K 30 frames per second. I have to double check on that. I'm not entirely sure. We got an S Pen in here. If you're into that, like coming from the Note series, this is essentially just a Note device. Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. I want to touch on this briefly. Like, when I was using this device, this paired with the 120 hertz display, I have to say, was like the smoothest Android experience I've ever experienced. It was just so snappy, opening and closing apps, and multitasking, playback, like scrolling, all whatever you can think of. This thing was just incredibly quick, opening and closing apps, going back to the home screen, swiping between apps. Like, it was butter. And as I said, paired with the 120 hertz display, unbelievable. And also power efficient too. Very good at conserving battery life. The standby time on this phone honestly rivals the iPhone, in my opinion. I said it. Tons of storage. I already touched on that. Google Meet. That's not even a Samsung feature. That's a Google app, but it's on here too. Side profile picture. We got those big camera humps on the back. S Pen front-facing shot on the back. And I think this lens, it's either this lens or this lens, is like an actual, like, what is it called? 10x zoom lens to actually help with zoom. One's like a 3x, and one's like a 10x or something. I don't know. It's the lens that they use to get up to 100 times zoom, which I think starts at 10x. But yeah, the reason I wanted to point out this deal was because it's only literally $8.99 at this moment. That is 25% off this phone, which is kind of nuts. In all the 4 basic colors that you want. I think black's the best looking. Green's also really nice. But if you're not into, the big phones, if you're not into the big chunguses of the world, we can drop down to the S23 lineup. This one, not too well. We'll look at baseline model. This one's $100 off, which is 13%, so not as big of a percentage decrease, but $699 honestly for this phone is good. You can also go on Samsung's website to get in trade-in deals. You can they offer like extensive trading credit, but knocking $100 off is pretty nice. Same colors. The only difference with this phone, as I said, is like it's much smaller. You lack some lenses, some extra lenses there, smaller screen, smaller battery. Battery life isn't as good. But other than that, and megapixel on the camera is only 50 instead of 200. Like, who cares? I'm sorry, that probably does make a big difference in terms of sharpness. But and then we also have the Plus model, which is kind of the in between. This is 6.7-inch display. Basically like the S23, just like a little bit bigger battery, same screen resolution, and all that sort of thing. This one's 20% off, so they're knocking $200 off of it. So if you want the biggest, discount here, obviously go with the Ultra. That's 25% off the starting price, which is crazy. Also, if you have Amazon Prime, these can offer overnight shipping, as you can see on the top right. So great, some great value there. So yeah, as I said, this phone just a little bit bigger than the base model, bigger battery, same resolution screen, but still sharp, super AMOLED display, 256 gigabytes of storage for this one. I think this is an absolute steal. Let me bring it back to my face. So guys, definitely go check out these deals. I think they're pretty solid in my opinion. I think most people would agree out there. Samsung, I have a bunch of Samsung fans on this channel, in addition to Google fans or Android fans in general. So I thought I'd come out here, promote some deals for you guys, and probably be making some more videos on some discounts going on Amazon. And you can find these deals also on other retailers' websites, not just Amazon. Best Buy offers a bunch of deals as well, so don't limit yourself to just searching on Amazon. So yeah, if you guys have found this video helpful, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you have any questions, by all means, leave those in the comments section down below. Happy to answer any questions you have. Start a debate in the comments section if you want to talk iOS versus Android. Always down to do that. So yeah, appreciate all you guys. Hope you have a great day. Holidays coming up. I'll see you then. Peace out, everyone. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching another video on my channel. If you're interested, click over here to subscribe to the channel, and click over here for another amazing tech video review / tutorial. And yeah, thanks so much for checking out the channel. Appreciate all you guys. See you in the next video.